is the KitchenAid variable speed corded hand blender, and we bought it for around $70. The design is clean and modern with a simple look that avoids anything flashy. Honestly, it makes a good first impression, but whether that simplicity really works in daily use is something we need to test. I'm Tina and welcome back to our Shouldit Blender Series. Okay guys, let's begin by taking a closer look at the design and see what it brings to the table. And now we'll get into performance testing, but before that, please check out our Shouldit Test immersion blenders. That will help you understand the process and the reasons behind our approach. And with that out of the way, our first test is hot soup puree. To conduct the test, we make pumpkin soup by pressure cooking chicken broth, onion, celery, pumpkin, and carrot. To keep the test fair between blenders, the soup was maintained at the same temperature used in previous tests, 136 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, and blended in a 24-ounce beaker. In use, the KitchenAid delivered a smooth, steady performance. The motor kept an even base without feeling strained, and the metal guard effectively held splashes under control. Just as importantly, there was no strong suction, which meant the blender moved around the beaker easily and stayed comfortable to handle. The finished soup was evenly pureed with a creamy texture. It wasn't the finest soup we have seen in testing, but it was still blended smooth and absolutely good enough for everyday meals at home. In short, the KitchenAid proved to be reliable, easy to manage, and practical for this kind of job. Hot soup puree, 7.5 out of 10. Our second challenge was a frozen fruit smoothie made with frozen mango, frozen pineapple, kale, and water. This combination is always a tough test for any immersion blender, since dense frozen fruits can expose the limits of a blender's power and blade design. And the corded KitchenAid was no exception. The blending began slowly and unsteadily. The blades had to work their way into the frozen chunks, and it took some time before the mixture started circulating properly. After roughly 2 minutes, the smoothie came out moderately smooth and creamy. It was actually not bad for a hot day. Smoothie, 4.8 out of 10. Our third experiment involved making mayonnaise with only 3 egg yolks and 240 milliliters of oil. Our KitchenAid delivered on this task. It turned out a batch of mayonnaise that was comparatively stable to store-bought versions. We really love how rich and velvety the texture felt. That said, the machine took up to 2 minutes and 30 seconds, which was very slow compared to most models in this range. Mayonnaise, 6.8 out of 10. Test number 4 focused on making almond milk. To prepare it, we began with 1 cup of raw almonds and 3 cups of filtered water. We blended the mixture in the 24-ounce beaker at the highest speed, aiming for the best possible outcome. However, the limited size of this beaker somehow quickly became a problem. The liquid rose too high and spilled over. At the same time, the blender with an excessive amount of foam, making the cream harder to manage. Because of this, we ended up stopping early, and while the nuts were blended, the result wasn't as fast as we hoped. Almond milk, 7.3 out of 10. For the final test, we placed 100 milliliters of egg whites into the beaker, starting on low speed to avoid splattering, then gradually increasing the speed. To our surprise, the KitchenAid completely fell short in this task. No matter how long we let it run, it simply couldn't incorporate enough air into the whites to form stiff peaks. The mixture stayed runny and never reached the fluffy texture. Because it was unable to achieve even the basic result, this test earned the blender a score of 0. Even among hundreds of hand blenders, the KitchenAid's distinctive look ensures it will never be lost in the crowd. Since it doesn't come with a whisk, it failed the whipping task by default. Nonetheless, we are still seeing it many places, particularly because when it comes to its main functions, be it pureeing soup, blending smoothie, or emulsifying sauces, this KitchenAid blender is a strong performer, covering just about everything you need. Plus, the handle fits naturally in hand posture. Combined with an ergonomic design, it offers a pleasant grip that minimizes strain for long processing sections. And thanks to the anti-suction design, we got a very satisfying blending experience. Most of the time, the process went smoothly and we didn't have too much trouble maneuvering the blender. Some of us were not really happy with the pressure-sensitive trigger as it's quite subjective, and holding light pressure for long periods often made our fingers tired. However, for those who prefer things simple and minimalistic, the blender's one-button operation seals the deal. In the end, it's safe to say our KitchenAid corded hand blender has successfully delivered on its promise. That's it for our review of the KitchenAid variable speed corded hand blender. You can find more details through the link in the description or explore other options in our Shouldit Blender Series. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you catch our upcoming reviews. Thanks for watching Shouldit, and see you in the next video. Bye!